Hello world, it's about 20 to 1 in the afternoon on 19th of November 2014. For the next couple of hours there's a reasonably nice moon in Libra, and then it goes void for 15 hours, not changing until 5 AM tomorrow morning GMT, the UK time, when the moon moves into Scorpio. So really the next 12 hours through to 0500 UK time, it's basically doing your filing and getting things ready for the next wave. In that light, here's a video on the IC. Everyone's heard of the MC, the midheaven. The opposite point of the midheaven, the Imium Coeli, the IC, is a source of mystery to a lot of people. And because it's at the very, very bottom of the chart, you can never quite see it. You can't bring it into the light. You can't examine it. So perhaps the only way you can really get an understanding of the IC is by looking at it through the lens of its opposite point, the MC, the midheaven. For example, whereas the midheaven is about job and work and goals and career, the IC in that context then is going to be about how and where you live, your property, your home, your root and foundation, your family. Whereas the MC is going to be about profile and public image and status and projecting yourself into and onto the outside world. The IC in this context will be about your own internal psychological structures, roots and foundations. And whereas the midheaven stands often and normally for the father out of the parents, as well as things like God, teacher, employer, and situations involving authority in the outside world, the IC in this context does relate more towards like the archetypal mother figure, the nurturing, the protection, the providing, the safety. Many people have looking at their IC, they find it difficult to really understand their own basic roots and foundations. And I don't want to upset too many of you, but in my own gentle, subtle and inimicable way, here's a quick sort of 10-15 second guide to each sign on the IC, and please excuse any derision. Let's start, I think, with the cardinal signs. If you have Capricorn on the IC, then whilst the outside world is going to see you as quite an accommodating and loving and sharing person, once you're inside the front door, you're going to rule the house with a rod of iron. If you've got Libra on the IC, then you come across to the outside world as being quite feisty and fiery. But once you're in the door, you sit back and you let everyone else make the decisions. You just want a bit of peace and quiet once you're at home. If you've got Cancer on the IC, well, that normally stands for itself because that's its natural position. But there is a genuine desire to ensure that everyone is looked after, nurtured and made comfortable. And of course, this is not seen in the outside world. Here you come across as more stern. And with Aries on the IC, well, the outside world can make of it as they will, and they like to find you as quite a balanced person. But once you get inside the house or inside the front door, you rule it. It's your place, your rules, and it's the way you want it. With the fixed signs, with Scorpio on the IC, well, it's what I would call externally very dependable, internally your way or no way. Once it's your home, so it's your rules. And people people who get into your home or even into your heart with a Scorpio IC are the ones who know not to probe. Leo on the IC, well, it doesn't matter how the outside world sees you, how wacky you are. Once you're in the home, if you've got Leo on the IC, you're fine as long as you've got your throne. No one else sits there. With Taurus on the IC, the outside world's actually a bit intimidated by you, but they don't actually realise how cuddly and comfortable you are. Again, you're someone who likes your own particular routine and stability in the home and your own particular bowl of sweets or food. And with Aquarius on the IC, well, although when you go out into the outside world, you know, you look good. As soon as you get inside the door, you take the wig off, often walk around naked. Just be careful around all those wonderful gadgets. And then we get to the mutable signs. Sagittarius on the IC. although you come across as very diverse, once you get inside the house, there's always going to be a question of, well, am I in the right place? Should I really be here? Is this where I think it all works? If you've got Virgo on the IC, then, you know, outside, in the outside world, the world sees you as very amenable and adaptable, but inside, much more strict. So, you know, lots of muesli, that generally does it. With Gemini on the IC, although you may come across to the outside world as much more committed and direct, once you're inside the front door, you too tend to diversify, and in many ways, in many different directions at once. So a need for rooting there. And with Pisces on the IC, despite the external degree of affection, of effectiveness and efficiency, once you're at home, you're going to kind of go to pieces and do anything just for a quiet night in by a fire or with a warm bath. There you go, definitive ideas on how to use the IC in your horoscope. Remember, it's the start of the 4th house. It's where you need to nurture and protect yourself. Catch you later. Bye.